How's it going, everyone? This is CentralCast, and welcome back to another Rambling with Blake. It actually has been a bit of I think it's been a couple of weeks. Um, I'm kind of keeping the tradition by saying it's been a while, but, it might actually be the truth. I don't remember the last time I did one of these. When did I done do one of these? I can look it up, because that's what I do. I do a lot of looking up of things. Not in things. I don't look something up in, well, it's inside the internet, inside the depths of my channel, I suppose. Well, I mean, I get, you know what good enough. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Wow. I just completely forgot to change it. I completely forgot to type in the rest of my channel. I just put CEN. Alright, well, okay, so I'm searching through my head. Oh. Whoa, it was a week ago. I can look it up the direct date. But, I got why do I not just straight up say it? Why do I always have to exaggerate my stutters? I don't know why I do that. It was on the 24th, so it's been a good bit. All right. But anyway, like I've really started to I really enjoy these, and I'm gonna be doing them again. But anyway, I got the whole flooding sorted out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I inserted like a clip taken just like from, like, I just filmed myself with the direct camera, so it wasn't done with the mic. But basically, I live in a townhouse. The unit next to me ended up flooding due to damage to their pipes, and yeah, it bled through to this one, and I was dealing with that. It was a good bit. It was a bit of a pain, but or not really. They kind of did everything. But anyway, it's sorted out, and so I'm back, and everything is great and grand and beautiful, and I'm back, as I clearly stated, and as it is obvious by the fact that I'm currently here, and that you are currently listening to me speaking into this mic. And just, if anyone were to hear me right now, they'd probably think I was insane. Like, if anyone in real life, then again, that's the same with pretty much anything. I'd be just sort of talking to myself. Well, I mean, one of my cats is in the room, I guess. I mean, some people have full-on conversations with their animals. Which, speaking with animals, good, you can do that. But, like, it's kind of weird when, like, you practically have a conversation with them, saying, like, everything that happens in your day. Or, at that point, you might as well just read a book to them. I mean, you know what, let's do that. Let's start a new society where we read books to animals. Because that'll get people to read books, and I like books. I practically have my own personal library. Like, whenever I did the setup tour, which I need to do a second one because it's finished now, which I even said in the description I was going to do a second one, but I never actually did. And plus I have a nice camera, and I'll be able to actually do some good stuff with it. But I practically have my own library. I have a lot of books, which I need to get to reading some of them. But I'm currently reading a series, and so I'm going to finish that, and then I'm going to get on to some of the other books I've been meaning to read. I do read a decent chunk. Whenever I get time to do so, I do that. Though occasionally I'll play something like occasionally, I do that a lot. During, like, when I actually have free time, I'll either read or I've been playing a lot of Gmod lately, and sometimes play Skyrim. I don't necessarily play much Fallout. I just kind of like outside of recordings, I don't necessarily do it. Um, I mainly just kind of focus on other things and stuff. Mainly because it's Fallout 4 saved weird on the computer. It saves in a new slot, like auto saves and such, and whenever you hit save, like quick save or the end, like the exit saves, those save in all new slots, and I would have to scroll through a bunch of saves to find the one from the recording, and that'd just be difficult. That'd be just a pain. That's just unnecessary work. So I figured, you know what? If I'm going to play it, I might as well record it. If I feel in the mood to play it, I'm gonna just record it. That's basically the gist of my channel. Pretty much any channel, or I suppose, never mind. I suppose I do play. There's probably others who play a decent amount of stuff offline, or off camera, I mean. But that's kind of the gist of some things, and so, speaking of societies, there's something weird. There's something weird. Like, I think there's some technology nowadays that just shouldn't be used. Once I start, like, getting some context in, it'll make sense what I mean. But for example, like Bluetooth earpieces, you know, not like Bluetooth headphones or anything. Like I used to have a pair of those. They were pretty nice, but they weren't. I couldn't use them with my computer, and like my computer has Bluetooth, but it has a really strong like receiver, and so I was getting signals from pretty much every Bluetooth device in the entire area. And so I never really used it. I never really could use it with my computer, so that's why I didn't really use them that much after I got this computer. But anyway, like Bluetooth earpieces, as in like you connect them to your phone, you just have a you don't have to hold up your phone or anything. You just talk through the earpiece. Now, I think that's a cool concept, but it makes you look a little bit crazy. Like I've seen this several times. You can just look outside and you can see people with these devices and such, and they look insane, like having a conversation with themselves, because you don't know that they're on the phone. Like if you have like a phone, you got it up to your ear, in which case you can kind of see that you can see that they're on the phone and stuff, but with these earpieces, the thing of it is you can't see it. And so they look like they're having a full-on conversation with themselves. They look like a psychopath. And that was an unnecessary segment. I don't know why I found the need to have that. But just it's weird. I don't know why people buy them. I'm not really interested. Then again, I don't have too much of a fascination with phone-related things. It's never really interested me. I've always loved cameras and such. Cameras and then, just a lot of cameras. I like cameras. I've been around cameras all of my life. And so, like, when you grow up around something, you kind of grow fond of it. It's like, it's just there. It becomes part of your life. I've grown up around cameras. I've grown up behind a camera, even in front of a camera. Considering a lot of like events and stuff, such as like music concerts and stuff, recorded. They're recorded and they're recorded. I don't know what to say about that. Don't know what else to say about it. But basically, I've just been around cameras all my life, and I like cameras and such. Another unnecessary segment. Well, I suppose in a way, when you look at it a certain point of view, pretty much any segment isn't necessary. The entire thing isn't necessary. But Like, however, I just like doing it, and so I do it. Then again, when you think about it, a lot of things are unnecessary. This is just me rambling on about what's necessary and what's not. Great turn off here. It's a roller coaster, this one. Yeah. I made a noise with my mouth at the same time. My earbud hit the water bottle, and you probably just heard that again. I did it. And now my cat's looking at me kind of angrily. I woke him up. But that was what I was gonna say about that was it's just weird. It was just weird how the timing was exact. But it's kind of cool. There's a lot of things that are just kind of weird timing. Sorry, I'm stretching. A lot of things they can be considered to be weird timing. But yeah, but what I was saying was a lot of things when you think about it. Are they really necessary? Like, if you go about your daily lives, think about how many things you do that aren't really necessary. But they've kind of become this social normality and stuff. And then, of course, like, it's in your daily life. But that's what we're talking about. It's kind of in your daily life, so yeah, it's become your personal normality. And so, it's kind of weird to think about things that people may think necessary, but aren't necessary for life in general. Like certain bits and pieces of technology. I'm going back to technology. This is about technology, this entire thing. But things that people think are like kind of a necessity, but really aren't. Or just acting a certain way. That's... Never mind. I won't go into that. Brilliant. But just think about it. I'm kind of thinking of things in my life that aren't really necessary. And it's kind of weird to think about because a lot of the things you do aren't necessary. And okay, I'm done with this topic. This is just one of those things that could really go on infinitely. And considering I only have a few minutes left, I'd like to spend it on something that's not one single thing and about like necessity and social normality and such. That's just odd. I don't know why I rambled into that, but I did, and I committed because I commit to every single thing. I live a life of no regrets, except for the things I do regret, or when I make a dumb decision or something. I don't know. But just ignore that, and you got yourself a life of regrets. Or I suppose I'm talking about myself right now, but I've got a life of no regrets. I regret nothing, or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. But anyway... Here, weather update. I always go into these weather updates because I find the need to talk about the insanity that is Iowa weather. But weather update, you know, at the beginning of fall, I also mentioned like the last episode of the last video. I also mentioned the madness that was the weather and the storms and such. Well, that right there is actually, there's no sign of it whatsoever. It's sunny outside. It's quite nice. I still wear my jacket because I like the style of that. It's nice. It's got style. It's quality. Premium quality. Well, not necessarily premium, but I'm just making myself feel better at this point. But it's normal. It's normal weather. Or there is nothing normal about Iowa weather. But it's warm again. And I believe most districts should be going out of school in like a month. I almost said going out of business. That'd be horrible. If like all of the educational system just died. That'd be horrible. The world would be full of idiots. That's strange. That's a strange note, but I think it's a good one to end off on. That's truly the peak of that's truly the peak of this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. That is all for this time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and comment on the suggestions you have. Also, be sure to share and subscribe for their uploads, which they are coming back to a normal schedule now. They should be anyway, assuming that nothing else happens. But I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. That was unnecessarily separated outro. Goodbye.